Roe v. Wade left an important impact when it was decided in 1973. A large majority of women who were in a state of confusion over the rights they had to their body concerning pregnancy was then answered. A situation our country faced with abortion and the rights in order to have them or not differ from state to state. Roe v. Wade decided overall, though, that all women should have the right to abortion if they chose to do so. This became extremely important when we look in cases of women who were perhaps unemployed, were having issues financially, and were having a child that they possibly do not want. A second group connected, this one not Roe v. Wade connected, were groups of women who were raped but didn't have proof doing so. I read an article last night that was actually connected in Newsweek. During the 70s, about 1 in every 4 women that was factually raped reported it and received a police report that she was indeed raped. Now, women who ended up getting pregnant as a result of this, in that situation, could have abortion dealt with it. Those who had not reported it because of the touchiness of the situation found themselves in predicament of where they would have to carry the child for full term and therefore take responsibility for it or try to go to adoption. Because of the ramifications of situations like this, Roe v. Wade also gave an option to women who wanted to be more discreet about their situations and handle things privately. Overall, the situation took a more in-depth look on just how the ground of privacy go, touching a very touchy topic like abortion in the United States. Therefore, Roe v. Wade left a major impact on our country that is still remembered today by many women's rights advocates and also people who are arguing whether pro-choice or pro-life should be considered a main concept in our country.
My case was about sodomy, and it was Bowers versus Hardwick, and it was Hardwick had been accused of committing active sodomy, and he was taken to court for it. And the state of Georgia had a law against sodomy, and so when it took it to the Supreme Court, they were trying to decide if the Constitution protected the act of sodomy to a person. And they found that it didn't, so that's basically all I have to say, because I told you everything else good here.
Okay, first on Nicole's case, even though it may have been the first step towards the issue of sodomy in our country, we have to see that compared to Roe v. Wade, it holds no ground. On her case, it merely looks at the fact that there's no way to regulate laws that ban sodomy in certain states. In fact, her case was overturned because it too narrowly looked at the subject. It was later overturned by Lawrence v. Texas, Matt's case. When we look at Roe v. Wade, we have to realize that overall Roe v. Wade affects the ability of every woman in our country to have a right to abortion if she chooses to do so. It also gave a very in-depth look about the privacy of a vast majority of people that is a greater number in this case than possibly in Nicole's. Also, Roe v. Wade itself stops many battles that may happen if we restrict privacy that goes on with abortion, such as self-abortion methods, such as co-hanger abortion that all of us know about, I'm sure, and therefore it is more substantial.
The case is more important because, it helped reinforce the Constitution. It didn't go against anything that said, and it didn't put in new things. It stuck with what the Constitution, what it didn't say. They didn't try in the Supreme Court to alter any new rules or try and put something else in.